Yeah.
Danny looks so disinterested by the conversation. He's just
No,
staring down,
I'm
trying to put this weapon on his figurine.
you have no idea how fucking annoying this is. Like I'm like look. There it goes. Like her arms, like their arms in the position is like, oh look, she's positioned that she can hold a sniper rifle, but the sniper rifle is over here, next to her head, not in front of her face. And when you try and push it in front of her face, everything pops out from this hand or it pops out from this hand, and then there's the leg and knee placement.
It sounds like that Anna's from Bronze.
Wait, what?
Bronze. You know, the metal bronze.
Yeah,
the lowest fucking thing. It sounds like your Anna is about as inept as a Bronze player who plays Anna.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Basically. Like the figurines are all cool. I'm like, oh, these look so neat. I can't wait till I set them up. I'm gonna have a whole like diorama. I'm gonna have like Overwatch characters here, then like maybe Marvel and DC kind of duking it out. Even though like this side will probably kick their ass over here. But anyways, and like some other stuff over here.
DC
That
is
is
just
whole
Batman.
idea. Which
Your
is what?
DC side's just Batman. Your Marvel side is like the whole roster. Marvel still needs a handicap.
Bond Superman. Man,
Superman shows up, all of a sudden DC wins by
you-
landslide.
did you see the news about Henry Cavill?
Yeah, apparently he's not Superman anymore.
That sucks, man.
Apparently,
Wait, so
James Gunn put a gun to the franchise's head and blew it up. And... Nah, I kid. But
I think that really
Hello.
sucks because I really liked
does.
him. We talked
Yeah.
about Man of Steel yesterday, and I thoroughly enjoyed Man of Steel, and I was super disappointed to see. Well, also more the fact that I don't know the details of this at all, but my understanding is that Henry Cavill ditched The Witcher because he understood he was coming back as Superman.
No. Well, yeah, probably. I don't know. I shouldn't have said no so loudly. But from what I heard, yeah, he ditched The Witcher because apparently, like, the source material was straying more and more from, well, the source material, or the show was straying from the source material. So,
yeah, my
and he's a big
understanding was
nerd,
that
right?
he was like the Witcher encyclopedia on set. So
Yeah. So, like, he's just sitting there like, what the fuck is this? Fuck this. Kind of thing.
you want to cut Geralt's hair? What? No, but it just sucks because I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it factored in his decision of leaving The Witcher at all. But if it did, man, that sucks, man. That really sucks. If he left The Witcher, if it was any percentage of a reason at all for him to leave that to pursue Superman, and then a day later Superman is nope.
That sucks.
That
That's
really sucks.
shitty timing for him.
Oh man.
That's a little bit disappointing. I thought he was actually coming back, because I kept on hearing rumors he was coming back.
He's
as Man of Steel.
Like, I'm gonna ditch.
Well,
Witcher.
did you see Black Adam?
What?
Did you see Black Adam?
No.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I keep seeing that it's kind of mediocre. I don't know.
Well, okay. All I'll say is there's an after credit scene that made everyone believe that Henry Cavill's coming back as Superman.
You honestly?
Oh my god.
Oh well, yeah. Honestly, you might as
Okay.
well spoil it. It's not a huge thing, and The Rock practically spoiled it anyways.
Yeah, he did actually.
Practically,
Oh,
want
yeah.
to fight Superman. Well, guess what the fuck happened at the end of the movie? So, well, not the fight, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. No,
He makes a cameo.
Henry
It's like,
Cavill
thanks,
himself
Rock.
shows up. So, and everybody was like, "I didn't know this, but they have the same fucking agent." Henry
Same
Cavill
agent?
and The Rock,
Really?
same
damn.
same representation. That's why I think it was able to facilitate it and make it happen. And The Rock was like, "Yeah, can we get my boy in here and bring him back?" And I think they did it, and like they forced the studio to do it. And then James Gunn was like, "Yeah, no."
Why? What a dick.
Oh man, I don't know. I have no idea what Gunn would have planned for the DCU because the Flash is still coming out. They're still releasing that movie,
wow.
and
Really?
Okay.
maybe they have no choice because they put so much fucking money into it. They have to try and at least break even, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And I'm seeing a lot of posts going up. People are upset because Henry Cavill's out as Superman, but they announced that hey, Amber Heard's character is pivotal in Aquaman 2, so we have to keep her in there,
What?
or the Flash, or whatever the fuck it was.
It's
Um,
pivotal.
So they have to keep they have to keep
We
Amber Heard
need
in the
her.
movie. But yeah, Henry Cavill bite.
He made the movie.
she entirely made the movie. She made Aquaman. She made Justice League. She made, like,
You
what?
you didn't even know
Who
it,
do you
but she
think
made
beat- Who do
Suicide
you
Squad.
think beat Darkseid? Come on.
Amber Heard. She shit on his bed. He got grossed out.
Oh my god! Instead of Omega beams, she has like fucking Omega shits.
Just sneaks her way into your bed. Ugh.
Oh man, but yeah, I was bummed out to hear about that. I have no idea what I think James Gunn is gonna go the route of the MCU, where he's gonna start over from scratch and do a super slow build up to something big, which at this point is the only thing you can do if you want DC to be successful at all.
Oh man, fuck! By the time the payoff shows up, I'll be like 100.
Oh yeah.
What the hell are they gonna do that's gonna be huge now?
Well, they never did Darkseid, did they?
Well, yeah, at least in the Snyder Cut, they at least they emphasize a lot more of Darkseid.
They
I don't know
emphasize, yeah, no, they emphasize quite a bit.
yeah.
Like, not so much a whole lot of backstory, and I'm still very unconvinced that Darkseid would lose to Amazon's, but okay.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm hugely not convinced about that, but okay. Like, you see Darkseid in every iteration. Like in the comics, trounces Justice League. In the show, trounces Justice League. In those cartoon movies, trounces Justice League. In the Zack Snyder cut, gets beaten by Amazons.
No. He can't even lay a finger on Batman. Okay, Batman completely juked all of his Omega beams, and then he looked over at Lex Luthor, and then Lex Luthor cowered like a bitch and ran away.
Yeah, but it was also effective.
Yeah, I know. They're both effective.
Darkseid just looks at him and goes like, effective. Like, he's like, yeah, he got the job done. That's cool.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I remember when I saw the Justice League movie and I saw bats in there fighting with everybody. I was like, ooh. They don't know what to do with you. That's why you're not on screen right now, bro. Like they don't know where to put you.
To be fair though, like, should he really be there? Like, what would Batman really do against any of them?
I feel like Batman would be the Oracle of the Justice League.
Pretty much. Like, put Batman in a role where, like, he's the brains, but, like, don't put him on the field. Like, parademons are stronger than he is. Darkseid is stronger than he is. Like, everybody is stronger than... A Breeze at that point would be stronger than Batman. And I like Batman.
He'd either be the brains, or he would have, like, basically the most biggest balls of steel. Again, the whole scene where, well, dude, there's again another scene where what's his name? Darkseid is trying to intimidate Batman, and Batman just literally calls his bluff, tells him, "Is like, you know what? I'll actually blow up your whole planet."
Yeah, movie.
And Darkseid completely believes him. It's like, you know what? If it was anybody else, I'd be like, "Yeah, you're not gonna do it." But
You're
because it's you, yeah, I believe you would.
He basically went, "You're fucked. I believe you."
Wait, is this a version of bats that does kill? That's why you believe.
No, it was it was the animated movie with Supergirl where Darkseid, what's it? Not hypnotizes, but what's the word I'm looking for? Mind control. Mind control. Yeah. But anyway, Supergirl basically is working for him as one of the Valkyries, or something like that, or Furies, I should say. But yeah, basically, long story short, Batman set up a bunch of bombs on Apocalypse, and then he was like, "Yeah, if you don't hand back Supergirl, I'm gonna blow your planet up." Darkseid's all like, "No, you're not." Grabs my throat, throws through wall. He's like, "No, I am." Like, no, despite the fact that Batman is now getting his shit pushed in, like he just kept his bluff. He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna do it." And then he gets a notification that there are bombs scattered a bunch of like highly explosive things that will fuck up Apocalypse. And then you just see Darkseid's just like, "Okay, I believe you."
Okay.
Yeah, we're cool. If it was even Wonder Woman, I wouldn't have called it. But you're fucked. No, it's cool. Okay, yeah, here's Supergirl. I'll just beat you up later. But here you go. Get off my planet.
I remember there was one scene in the cartoons that really, how do I say? Yeah, you know when you watch a scene in the movie and it gets you pumping, it gets you excited, or it makes you, the hair stand up on your arm and shit like that. And one of the scenes that did that for me in the cartoon, I don't know if it was a movie or if it was a TV show. I just saw the scene. It was a scene where Superman was fighting, I think it was Darkseid in Metropolis, and
it was Justice League Unlimited where he punches him across the city.
Yeah, but it was a speech before that did it for me.
Oh, he tells him he can he usually he holds back and he doesn't go all out for people because he's afraid.
Yeah, he says like he feels like he lives in a world of cardboard. He has to be careful of everything he does.
Yeah.
And then he just looks at him and he goes, "But you can take it." And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Flies over, slow motion punch, shockwave, Dragon Ball Z.
So cool.
It was just nice to hear Superman say, "I think it's time for me to see how strong I can hit somebody."
I just want to see how strong I really am. Punch.
Like
Dark side flies.
Like, will I blow you into like elements, and you'll just be like atoms floating around, or will you be able to take this punch? You know, I remember when I saw that scene, I was quite impressed with it. But
it was a really nice scene for what it was. Yeah.
But
the second best scene is when Lex Luthor was Brainiac and Lex Luthor were merged, and then you have the Flash doing his was it called the Infinite Punch? But he basically runs around the planet to punch him, and he keeps doing it,
building momentum,
and then he manages to like separate Brainiac from Lex Luthor, but at the cost of him getting now absorbed by the Speed Force.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was a great scene.
God damn.
Fuck, man. I'm just curious to see what the fuck Jack Snyder. James Gunn.
I love Jack Snyder. He makes the best movies. Like the Justice Group.
Super Dude. But yeah, I'm curious to see what he's going to do with the movies, man. And I think everyone's starting to experience comic book tire. Like I think we're a little tapped out on comic book movies.
Absolutely. After Endgame, After Endgame, everyone's like, okay, I guess I could go for a nap. And then Disney's like, can you watch this?
Mm-hmm.
And then they had like WandaVision and Captain America.
Hey, you know what? WandaVision started out good.
Yeah.
I was interested. I wanted to see where it was going to go. And they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything with it, unfortunately.
They pretty much did almost nothing. It was good.
No, apparently it's fine that she fucking took over a whole town and took people hostage in prisons for years or months or whatever.
To be fair, though, if there was like a real life Scarlet Witch doing that, I'd probably say it's fine too.
You know what?
No one else will know the sacrifice she's made.
Oh man, that really sucks. The sacrificing her non-existing kids.
And what was I thinking?
Sorry, go.
I forgot what I was thinking right now about. I'm really hoping that the MCU is setting up Wanda to be like a supervillain, like a cracked supervillain.
I think she was a villain. Well, she started off as a villain in comics, no?
Wanda, I don't know, but I think Scarlet, when she becomes the Scarlet Witch, that's a villain. But
I think. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to recall actually, because this part I'm not super duper sure about. But I know like there was what was that arc called?
Which one?
I forget. But basically, long story short, is that Wanda had enough, and then she stripped all the mutants of their powers.
Well, isn't that House of M?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. I hope they set her up to be a crack supervillain, and they have to take her out. I think it would be a nice story arc. I think it would be a nice story arc to explore versus, the whole, we're going to introduce bad guy number 27 and kill him at the end of the movie.
I still have yet to meet like an actual intimidating bad guy since Endgame.
Thanos was actually imposing. Like they built him up for quite a while.
Absolutely. Like look at Shang-Chi, right? Basically it was Vegeta. You had Vegeta. And then like magically you just had some dragon. It was Vegeta who was just my wife. Like at first I was this warlord who was using the rings of power or whatever the fuck they were called, and I was doing that to decimate my enemies. And then I met this woman, and she was on par, and she made me love humanity or whatever the fuck. I didn't really like the movie, to be fair, but it was just okay. But he meets this girl that he's like, I could have a family and a son, no big deal. And then like the entire movie, he's like, oh yeah, he's such a bad guy. No, the guy misses his wife and he wants to see her. Like, can anybody relate to that? Anybody? But he didn't really have a villainous thing. Like, I didn't find him a villain at all. And then it just oh, by the way, there's some shadow dragon behind that.
No, his villainous thing was like, wasn't he trying to unlock some seal that would destroy the world or some shit?
Yeah,
Okay.
but you didn't really know that until like what, halfway or later.
Yeah.
And
I I gotta be honest
even
though.
then, like it was such a sympathetic reason for him to do it. And it's not like he was like the entire movie, did you even think that he was a threat? Like the only time he went after his son was just to have his son with him.
Yeah, true
And the
that.
only time he really threatened anybody was in the past.
And I have to be honest though, Shang-Chi was one of the only movies where, well, not no, it's not true. It's not the only movie, but it was one of the few movies where I fell asleep at the end. Flat
That's
out.
fair because
I
I would have
flat
too.
out fell asleep. I
It was it was me. I don't know. I wasn't impressed. I just wasn't impressed with the arc. Like again, the guy was a sympathetic. He was basically Vegeta, a bad guy turned good because of Chick and
Mhm.
all the reasons, but still, you know.
I thought
And then the Shadow Dragon, and then like there's a dragon behind it. Like it was just like what? This is lame.
It sounds like a bad episode of Yu-Gi-Oh. I was expecting like the second you said Shadow Dragon, I was like, he's entering the Shadow Realm.
I don't actually know if it was a Shadow Dragon. It just
it was
seems
just there was a
stupid.
dragon. Yeah.
It was just the etc. Like it reminds me of Mr. Pandera. You know, like World of Warcraft, we had those like Chinese-esque dragons, and then there was like that shadow one you eventually fight, if you remember.
A little bit. I didn't really play Miss Pandera that much.
It's fine. You're not really missing out, to be fair.
That's okay.
To be fair, you're not.
But I think Shang-Chi was a very good example to show you of like Disney just ruining their comic movies with just way too much stupid humor.
Mm.
That dumbass every line has to be a joke, no matter how serious or
Yes,
tense
I
the
agree.
situation is. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I have
It's
absolutely,
just
and it's like DC. Like well, I'm not at first. Yeah, DC at first had the opposite problem where it was too serious, too dark.
yeah, DC
Yeah,
was
And like
DC was make everything gritty.
mm, until like I think it was what, Suicide Squad, where they kind of lightened up, and then like they had to reshoot Suicide Squad or something like that because it was
Mhm.
too depressing. And they're like, we have to lighten this up, and then they did lighten it up.
Anana's Banana says she loved Shang-Chi. That about sums up your taste in movies. Love
Oh,
you.
shots fired.
No, no, but yeah, no, the DC movies they always went for that grittier tone, and like you said with Suicide Squad, they lightened up.
Mm.
And to me, I enjoyed Shazam. I didn't think it was a masterpiece or it was great or it was like one of the best
I,
comic movies, but I enjoyed Shazam. I thought it was okay.
I actually agree with you with that. It was pretty
I
fun to
still
watch.
have yet to see it, but I really want to watch it.
It was not bad. I was a little unimpressed with the villain, but
Yeah,
whatever. Like what villain do you like when you think Shazam outside of Black Adam? Who do you really think of a villain? Or
I have no freaking.
Oh, I
clue. I
didn't-
have no clue what any of his villains are.
I have
Exactly.
no idea who his villains are, and I didn't know who Shazam was. I thought, and when I saw his abilities, I'm like, okay, so this is like discount Superman. Gotcha.
There you go.
It's like, and as Banana says, I know I have bad taste in movies, but I genuinely had a good time watching it. Then good for you, as long as you enjoyed
To
it.
be fair, was it Shang-Chi?
Yeah, Shang-Chi, yeah.
We're talking about? To be fair, it was not too bad to watch. It's just I wasn't convinced of any of the like the premise. Like it felt like I was just watching people just do things.
Yeah, it was there I don't think there was no, there was a MacGuffin. There were a couple of MacGuffins, no? They had to chase this necklace thing, and then they had to chase this lead in China, and I don't know, but
No,
it just felt like they were hopping around too much, too quickly, with very little exposition in between.
you're absolutely not wrong. It's just I compared it to real life. It's just people did things. That was the premise. It's like, hey, you want to watch Shang-Chi? Yeah, sure. Turns on YouTube, watches two people do things. Like there was no real importance. There was nothing. It was like watching how Ant-Man. How Ant-Man
Oh
in
my God.
comparison to everything else wasn't really anything. Like the bad guy was basically some crazy rich guy who wanted an Ant-Man suit, and then he got corrupted by said Ant-Man suit, and then blah.
Oh, but
But he posed no threat.
Honestly,
poses no
after
threat.
you put it like that, it literally sounds like it was like Iron Man, just Ant-Man.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
except like
yes.
Iron Man. Except Iron Man was like the first thing. It was the
Yeah.
first, so it was to lead up. Ant-Man, so far into it, you would have assumed that at least something would have tied in, but no, not really. You had what was the villain called? Yellow Jacket.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was basically Ant-Man. So it was Ant-Man v Ant-Man on a small train. What scale threat is that?
But honestly, I enjoyed Ant-Man. Also, the first Ant-Man, I thought it was fun. I thought it was an okay movie.
Yeah, I agree. It was fun. That's why like Shang-Chi was okay, and like Ant-Man was actually more fun because it was a little better thought out.
But
Still,
there was something about Shang-Chi that just failed to capture me. And again, it's hard.
a lot.
Like for me, it's hard for me to fall asleep in a theater. The only other time I remember that happening.
PT falls asleep at the time of a hat. Hey, PT, what's that over there? Well,
Is there a picture circling somewhere with PT and a box of popcorn? He's asleep with his hand in the box of popcorn.
there's gonna be now.
Oh my god.
Could you go to the store, PT? Okay, falls asleep.
The only other time I fell asleep in the theaters on a movie, and I hate to say it, was Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oof.
I fell asleep. Towards
I
the
don't
end.
blame you. I still
Yeah.
don't blame you. I've never fallen asleep in it. Oh, have I fallen asleep in a movie? I feel like I might have almost fell asleep in a movie. I forget which one it was though, because that's how boring it was.
It's
Like-
you know what? I
I'm really
always
trying hard to think. But go
you
ahead,
know
go ahead.
like when I think of Shang-Chi and when I think of Indiana Jones, the moments where I fell asleep in the jungle chasing in Indiana Jones towards the end.
What?
Oh wow.
Which is like a great scene, you know. And I was in and out, and at one point I passed out for like a solid 30 seconds to a minute. And Shang-Chi, the entire last fight scene, fell asleep most of it. I didn't see it. I remember opening my eyes and seeing the main character like throwing his rings and running on them while chasing a dragon. That's all I remember. And
The dragon thing was very unimpressive.
but you see, to me, those huge build-up to final battles that are just a CGI dump fest. Oh, I can't do it anymore. I think
no.
it's boring now. Endgame, I liked it in Endgame because there was a build-up to it.
Yes.
And it wasn't just like here's a bunch of characters fighting in the background. Like no, you recognize it. Like oh shit, there's M'Baku, there's that person, there's this one. There, there's Ant-Man, there's
Is it Baku?
It's M'Baku.
Yes.
wasn't that his name?
Who?
Black Panther, the his buddy there, the evil, not the evil tribe, but the opposite tribe, the one in the mountains.
Yes.
Oh, I like
he-
watched
guy
that
he
one
beat.
time and I barely even remember the movie.
Here, hold on a second. What does he look like real fast?
But it
Yeah,
does sound familiar.
he's a big dude.
I thought his name was M'Baku.
No, it is. You're right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just,
that's it, so,
because he
like-
has like. Sorry, go ahead. Go.
No, I was just gonna say like in Endgame, I liked it because you can look around and you could recognize people and you could see what's going on. You would see like Spider-Man doing his thing. You would see
Yeah,
Peter
it had
Quill
like all
doing
the
his thing.
glamour shots.
Yeah. Well, not just of individual characters. Like the shot would be focused on, let's say, Thor, and in the background you'd see Spider-Man doing something.
Yes.
Which I thought was fucking cool. Whereas like in Shang-Chi or in Indiana Jones, it's just like, oh look, it's CGI everywhere, and I don't know any of these
CGI
people.
nobodies.
And we talked about it yesterday, the fucking Man of Steel movie at the end. Oh my god, the end was so fucking boring. The giant fight in Metropolis where everything was shattered and destroyed. And I was like, oh, I'm done with this.
Oh, Man of Steel. So
Yeah, Man of Steel. Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman did it. Also, the last battle was
I
just a giant CG
wasn't
fest.
huge on the first Wonder Woman actually.
I liked it until the end. I thought the final fight scene fucking ruined it.
The
for me.
final fight scene was complete crap.
Yeah.
And who was it supposed to be? Ares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
What?
With that, he had like his CG, he had like a CG, his face CGI to like on a big body, and it's like, what is this? No, like, no, I can't. I thought they did Ares dirty.
Mhm.
Like, why didn't they just completely like? I'm cool with the human form, but why not completely more? Like, he's known for shape shifting, becoming other people because God of War. He doesn't want to just like, yeah, whatever. Just whatever.
It's crap. It's trash.
It's frustrating. It was so bad. It was just so bad. Like I found like if they gave Ares the same energy as they gave Steppenwolf in the second or in the Snyder cut, I
Mhm.
thought it would have been good. But no, they had to put his stupid face and CGI on something better. And then I'm like, cool. I'm looking at this big behemoth guy with a stupid looking face. Like,
And I think Marvel is fucking spread thin in terms of resources under CGI budget or
Oh, yeah.
staff or whatever. When I saw the new Doctor Strange, the last scene, spoilers for anybody watching, The last scene of the new Doctor Strange, when it's revealed that they reestablish all the realms and multiverse and whatever, to an extent, and it's revealed that our Doctor Strange has a third eye.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
looked like fucking garbage. That looked like
It did
shit.
look
It was just a third eye. That's all you had to put on him, and it looked like shit.
Did it look
that
like
was
one of his
fucking
left or right
pissed.
eyes? It's like, oh, he has two left eyes and one right eye. That's cool.
It looked like such trash. I mean, this is coming from the same studio that made Avengers Endgame. So, do you remember the time travel suits that they wore?
Mhm.
Like the white and red suits that they were walking towards and they had to
Yeah.
travel and go over. That's all CGI. Those
Which
suits,
is
really-
those suits are not real. They don't exist.
Wow.
They were actually wearing their costumes. Like Wanda was wearing her Black Widow outfit. Iron Man was wearing his Iron Man outfit. Captain America was wearing his Cap outfit. They just CGI'd on those time travel suits
Why?
because they didn't want to make the suits. Why? I guess it was. I guess it
Wouldn't
was a bit
it have
expensive.
potentially been cheaper?
I don't
I
know.
would have thought so.
I think it would have been cheaper, but
Like, it costs a lot of money for CGI.
oh yeah, CGI is the most expensive thing I think in movie production now, apart from marketing. So,
Ugh.
but when I found out that, and to me, like the best CGI is the one that you don't notice. A lot of people don't know that those
Yes,
suits are not real.
absolutely.
So-
Honestly, to be very honest with you, I find CGI nowadays fucking lazy as hell.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like, it's lazy as hell. Like 10 years ago, when you would look at CGI, you're like, damn, that actually blends a bit. Like,
Mhm.
look at Lord of the Rings, actually.
yeah, very good example.
Not the Hobbit, Lord of the Rings.
No, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Look how fantastic it looked. And
Yeah.
then you look at like The Hobbit and you're like, oh, cool, I'm playing a video game. Oh, wait, I'm not playing a video game. I'm sitting in a theater. How did I get here? Like, it looks so lazy.
It's not good, man. And you know what's funny? Today I read an article about the new
Yeah, I should
Oppenheimer
have said
movie.
lazy. Hobbit was not bad.
No, the
Sorry,
movie,
go ahead.
no, the movie wasn't bad, but the CGI wasn't
Yeah.
great.
I
Like,
was
I
honestly,
remember
I was-
the
yeah,
scene of the wolves chasing the
Yeah.
hobbits, and they were climbing up trees, and trees fell. It was a great scene, but I was like, oh man, those wolves look like crap. It's like,
Yeah.
um,
No, I just thought the CGI just looks really lazy nowadays.
but
forget what movie it's like,
I
except
read
Godzilla.
something.
Ooh, go. Yeah.
I read something about Christopher Nolan. He has this new movie coming out called Oppenheimer, which I'm psyched. I really want to see it.
Oppenheimer was
What
that?
movie?
Christopher Nolan's new movie called Oppenheimer, which is it's a movie about the guy who created the first atomic bomb.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be fantastic. I love the guy's story, and I can't wait to see what Christopher Nolan's gonna do with it. And Christopher Nolan said, he's like, yeah, so we're making the Oppenheimer movie, and it's about the guy who made the first nuclear weapon and detonated the first nuclear bomb for a test and whatnot. And he just looked at he just said, we will not be using CGI.
Nice.
And I was like,
Just blow the
fuck
fuck out of
the
something.
fuck does that mean?
You're gonna set up blow the fuck out of something.
You know? But
Imagine if I have to do reshoots.
Oh shit! We didn't catch that. Could you do it again?
The EMP blew up the camera again. We gotta try that the fourth time.
Sir, 12 people have cancer now. I don't think we can reshoot.
Man, but what I could really appreciate it when they dial down the CGI in movies a shit ton, or when there's virtually none at all. And I know that's difficult to do in superhero movies, but to me, when you think of the best superhero movies, like specifically in the MCU, it's always the one with very little CGI, a lot of practical effects, like the first Iron Man, Civil War,
Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Captain America, the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier. Like again,
Winter Soldier was great.
those are great movies, and they're not chock full of CGI. I loved it.
Yeah.
You know what is pretty cool to watch a CGI that I saw recently? Godzilla vs. King Kong. Have you seen it?
I've seen
Oh,
bits
that-
of it. I haven't watched the whole thing.
Is that
Oh.
the newer one that they were trying to like do this whole kaiju themed universe?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'll explain. Okay, so it originally started. Apparently, this whole universe thing started off with King Kong. What's it? King Kong's what's it called?
Skull Island.
Skull
Yeah.
Island?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that. Like nobody really knew this. They just thought it was a King Kong movie. I didn't see it. I have to see it, but I didn't see it yet. And then Godzilla came out. And then
Mhm.
there was like subtle hints of King Kong being in there to be part of the lore. And then the second movie came out, Godzilla King of Monsters, where the actual monsters started coming out, like King Ghidorah and Mothra and like et cetera, because who cares? But like all the other monsters are showing up, and then they start showing more lore that like they came from a different world, and King Kong actually was part of that world, and he is supposed to be the rival of Godzilla at some point. And there's like this whole prophecy about it and everything.
Oh shit.
So then King Kong vs. Godzilla shows up, and you have it starts with like Godzilla frying humans for no reason, apparently. And people are like, oh, what the heckaroo? We need to do something about this. And then like and then I'm obviously paraphrasing, but then they're just like, but we do have a King Kong. And they're like, what? Yeah, he grew on Skull Island. But Skull Island isn't Skull Island. This is actually a man-made Skull Island. Or is it, huh? And then like they start transporting him, and then Godzilla shows up. He just happened to be on his way. He wasn't actually tracking King Kong. He just happened to be on his way, and then they meet, and then they have this little tiff in water and everything, and it's and then it keeps escalating, and then they go to the other world where they were theorizing, and then they actually found it. Like this whole thing, blah blah blah. But it's just the CGI in it was awesome.
I remember it now.
Like, these movies were just so good.
I feel bad because as you're describing it, I do remember it. I did watch the movie now. I just didn't care for it that much. But you're right.
no,
I remember the CGI was good. I remember the final fight scene. I was impressed with it also. That I think it was King Kong, Godzilla versus what was it, Mecha?
Yeah.
Mecha Godzilla.
Godzilla?
Yeah, and which I was disappointed that they already threw that in there.
A little bit, yeah. I was kind of disappointed with it too, to be fair. But it was still cool to watch.
It was still cool.
It was CG.
Yeah,
like I'm not
the
watching it for the in-depth story,
Yeah.
like written by Peter Jackson, Godzilla. I'm like, no.
No, but if
Like,
you're gonna
it's
do a
just-
King Kong movie, make sure the CG's top notch, and they did it, you know. And I'm taking a look here. Apparently, there is a sequel already in production. Kong vs. Godzilla,
yeah.
the sequel, is going to be out in 2024.
Godzilla's sequel? Is that what it's called?
Kong vs. Godzilla, yeah.
Okay. It's like Godzilla, the sequel. Like, what?
It's called Untitled Kong vs. Godzilla sequel.
I love
Godzilla and Kong reunite against an undiscovered threat hidden deep within the earth.
it. Is it humans?
Wait, so it's Kong versus Godzilla, or it's
It's called
team up?
it's called the Untitled Kong vs. Godzilla sequel. Because
It's
because
kind
the
of weird.
2021 is called Kong vs. Godzilla.
That's a weird title to have, considering at the end of that movie, they pretty much just high-fived and fuck off.
Oh yeah,
that's
they're
what I was gonna
absolute
say.
bros.
I'm not thinking not high-five, but they get that nod of acknowledgement, you know? They're like, yo, you had my back. Yeah, I had your back. Yeah, okay, cool. We're cool.
Thinking
Bananas.
of that whole gif where there's that dude who's on the boat, he's out in the forest, and just the camera slowly zooms in on him and he gives that slight nod. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, what?
But no, I was gonna say the way you just like the whole synopsis you described sounds like basically the same thing. Like they're just buddy. Again, it's not. This doesn't sound like a versus thing. Like it sounds.
Oh no, like
was it Freddy versus Jason?
Buddy.
Batman v Superman. Like, what
Yeah.
verses was there? Oh, that oof, don't make that oof. Oh, I'm triggered. Next topic.
You don't like Martha?
What? Martha, how do you know that name? Martha. Like, what?
Listen, I'll say one thing.
Stop.
As soon as that scene that came out, yes, it was stupid. Okay, it was the dumbest plot point they could ever put in a movie. But I have to admit, that thought never crossed my mind.
You want to know why? Because it's a stupid thought to have. It's like, what would happen if I put my tongue in a blender? Like, it's a stupid thought to have. That's why you don't think it.
No, the thought that both their mothers' names are Martha, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that is true.
That's true. Yeah, but
I
you
never
don't
thought
you
of
don't
that.
really notice that because one's alive and one was dead for the past how
Yeah,
long?
true.
Of course they won't. Of course it won't pass.
Her
Yeah.
pearls
It's
are
just-
still falling to this day. Jesus.
Do you remember her pearls? What pearls? Martha.
Yeah.
It was and it came from Batman out of all people. How to completely lose your composure.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
You're about to murk Superman. He goes, "You gotta save Martha." Like, for my first reaction would have been, "What the fuck are you talking about? My mom's dead." Stab. Like, like.
I guess-
you know that name? What?
In that
It was
moment,
a dumb premise.
in that
It was
moment,
dumb.
Ra's al Ghul was like, "Fuck, I trained this guy."
I think he skipped school watching. And then Doomsday, get out of here.
Oh my god.
That wasn't a Doomsday. That was a Disappointment Friday. Like, get out of here. That's not Doomsday at all. What the hell was that? Why was the White Orc in Batman v Superman?
It was either the White Orc or the Cave Troll.
It was what, sorry?
It was either the White Orc or the Cave Troll. One of the two. They look the same to me.
It was the White Troll. It was just, ugh. It was horrible. And then he gets electric powers?
Yeah.
That's exactly what Doomsday is known for, his electric powers. Not his bulkiness or his bone armor or the fact that he can burk Superman with his bare hands. But no, his electric powers.
No, Doomsday, well, it depends on how he was taken out. Because I remember that Doomsday's thing was every time he was killed and taken out, he would be revived. And he would...
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he would adapt to whatever killed him. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that
what
his
was he
thing?
killed by? Yeah, no, you're right. But what was he killed by? He wasn't killed by anything. He just got hit by something and got electric powers.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, fuck, I got nuked. Well, time for this electricity. Like, what sense does this make?
Yeah.
And it's annoying to me so badly because you practically have a Batman v Superman in form of an animation. Did you PT might know this one. Did you see the animation where you see old Batman? And it was a
Oh.
two-part series. I think it was called The Dark Knight.
Oh yes.
I
yes,
saw
yeah.
that, actually.
That was really good. Yeah.
But yeah, he fights like this this gang that the leader beats him up at first, then he comes back and beats the shit out of him. And then the second movie was basically Batman v Superman. What would happen if they clashed? So you have like an old Batman versus a quote unquote old Superman who doesn't look like he aged at all.
Yeah.
And then they fight and he has his bat armor suit, whatever, and blah blah blah. So but then you translate that into the movie. By the time they fight, it's like 5 to 10 minute fight. And that ends in my mama, like
Mama.
but the entire why couldn't the entire movie just be under that premise of Batman literally prepping to take out Superman and Superman recoiling from Man of Steel?
I remember the scenes of Batman getting ready to take on Superman. I'm gonna pull these chains and hammer this tire.
This will take out Superman.
I'm gonna do some chin-ups. I was like, I don't think that's gonna help Batman. I was like,
I know he demolished Metropolis, but if I could demolish this tire.
unless he was trained to be able to put on the suit and carry it, because that's how much strength you need to carry the suit around. I can understand that, but it just the way they were filming is like, that's not what you're hinting at. You're hinting at he's gonna punch Batman. It's like,
He probably watched an episode of One Punch Man and figures like, oh, so that's how you get super strong.
But I'll just hit this tire instead of doing it 100 times. I don't want to lose my hair. Like, ugh.
man, and you know what? Like, because a lot of people I feel out there when they watch movies, it's very easy for them to like switch off, like their thought process and just enjoy the movie and accept what's being shown to you on the screen. You know.
Yes.
And I have to admit though, like, because I overanalyze or like I'm really into movies and I like it when they're made well. It hinders my experience with a lot of things, man. Like a lot of times people would say like, oh, this was great or this was fantastic or I love this, and I'll watch it and I was like, and I'm like, I look at the person like, I can't look at you the same way anymore. You know?
What do you mean you like that shit?
No, I don't judge.
Martha too?
I don't judge them that harshly, but I'm just like, oh, like I just keep noticing shit. I'm like, oh, I got to stop doing this. I just got to switch off and enjoy, right? At some point.
Absolutely.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like what's a famous movie that people really enjoyed, and I was like, really? Oh, like one franchise I don't understand at all. And to be fair, it's a certain group of people that enjoy it. Is the Fast and Furious franchise? I do not understand it. I do not get it.
No, I'm with you on that one. I like the first one because it was the first one, but after that, it kind of got ridiculous and exceedingly ridiculous. Like, why are they racing a sub?
I remember.
Why are they racing in the sky?
I remember at one point somebody released a calculation based on how long the scene was and the speed that they were driving at. There was a scene where I don't know which one it was in, but they were chasing a plane that was about to take off on a runway.
Yep.
And they said like basically is like you can practically drive halfway across the United States. That's how long that runway is. based on that scene.
Yep.
It's like,
Really?
it's like okay, so it's like
Realistic.
5,000 miles, all right.
Jesus.
And I know I find it a little too hard to suspend my belief for those movies. I don't think they're bad. Well, I do think they're bad movies, but but I don't get the appeal for it anymore. I don't understand. And fucking Vin Diesel, man, his whole family. It's all about family. It's like,
It's about family.
I feel like it's what passes nowadays is like your traditional like mindless action movie. Like remember like movies like Commando and whatnot from back in the day. Like not to say they were completely mindless, but they
those
were.
were good.
I know they were entertaining. I feel like that's what they're trying to be like now. Is like how do we make it entertaining? Cars.
Okay,
What's cars and speed?
See this car? What's faster than a car? A tank, a sub, a plane. Okay.
Oh man, and you always have that one scene in the trailer. What's his name? Tyrese Gibson. He's always yelling the thing. They got a sub, and then in the next trailer, they got a tank. it's like,
It's gonna rain.
It's ridiculous. But you see, that's a good comparison because that is today's brain dead mindless action movies. When you try to think of the brain dead action movies that come out today, it's either a comic book movie or a Fast and Furious movie. I don't think there's any in between anymore. You know, like through the '80s, we had the Rambos, we had the Terminators, we had the Commandos, we had all those things, right? We had Chuck Norris movies, we had Van Damme movies, we had all that shit, right? And then you spill over into the '90s, and we got like another golden age of action movies. You had The Rock, you have fucking Con Air, Face Off, and it just kept going. You know, wow! I just named 3 Nicolas Cage movies. But anyways,
He was also kind of big at that point too. He was like in everything action related.
but those were the brainless, like the brain dead action movies of that time, and I find them super entertaining and they're fun. You know. And then you start hitting the 2000s. What'd you get? Fast and Furious 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you have Iron Man 1, 2, 3, Avengers 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like I think we've lost the art of making a brain dead action movie, just a fun action movie, right? I'm trying to think of what the last one was.
Just to copy paste.
What was the last good action movie you guys saw? That like new.
Probably
John Wick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I you see, John Wick 1, right?
Yeah.
Because 2, 3, and I think there's a 4, or is there another?
There's a 4th one in the process of being made.
Okay, 2 and 3, I didn't care for them.
2 was okay. I was a little less impressed.
I didn't care for them. To me, it was just too much of the same. You know.
You're not wrong.
They didn't.
Absolutely not wrong.
I just feel like they didn't expand on the lore that they created enough. You know.
No, they didn't.
And they went too. Like the John Wick's world was shrouded in mystery, right? Like, what the fuck are those golden coins? You know, what are these things? What is this society and that kind of stuff? You know. And then I think they tried to dive into that in John Wick 2, and then they were like, "Oh, here's a blood print thumb. You owe someone an assassination."
Here's a blood print.
It's like, what the fuck? Like, what?
Oh god, it's a blood print.
I just feel like they could have done more to explain the lore. Maybe they did, and I just didn't capture it. But I don't know.
Not a whole lot. They like little tidbits here and there, like a couple of their little laws, like, oh, you can't kill somebody on campus, kind of thing. But outside of that, not really. It just kind of continued. It was pretty much like John Wick 1 was John Wick 1. Like, he went for revenge because someone shot his dog because of his dead wife and all that blah. And then John Wick 2 was just like, well, there's John Wick 1. Let's just watch and see what he does.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like the Taken series.
Yeah.
Like they had the first one was really, really good, and then they did the second one, and I think a third one.
Oh, I'll never.
Why?
I think it was
when they definitely taken my patience.
I think it was in Taken 3 when everyone breaks down that scene.
They did do a third one?
I think they did do a third one. They did the first one.
I got a particular set of skills. Yes, I know this.
Hang on.
Isn't that the one where like they basically kind of kept Liam Neeson in the sidelines, and it was mostly his daughter and wife that were doing shit?
Wait, was it?
I feel like that's what it was. Or was that the second one? I don't remember.
Oh no,
No,
I think
no.
At some point the wife actually does die.
Yes.
Does she?
Yeah, she does die.
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Honestly, after the first one, I just kind of don't care.
it's in the third
Yeah,
one.
I didn't.
It's in the third one, and I remember everyone was bashing the third one because of one scene. There was a scene. I think we talked about this before. There was a scene where Liam Neeson hopped a fence, and
Okay.
there was like 15 cuts. Like of Liam Neeson hopping a fence. It was like there was a cut of his feet leaving the ground. There was a cut of hands grabbing the fence. There was a cut of someone swinging over. There was a cut of hands letting go of a fence. There was a cut of feet landing on the ground. And it's like okay,
Lord.
like we get it. It's not Liam Neeson. We know. Like you don't have to do all these cuts. It's like,
Oh my lord! Dude,
it was ridiculous.
I'm trying to pad your movie.
It's crazy, and I'm trying to think. Like I guess the last good action movie I saw, I think it was John Wick, like the first one. And the only reason why was because the world that they built was interesting. Like, what the fuck is this secretive world of assassination? I think that's pretty cool. Number one, and number two, we haven't seen violence like that on screen yet. That was new to see that kind of gameplay. I mean, there was Equilibrium, but Equilibrium was just ballet with guns. It was kind of weird, but
Yeah, that I didn't see either. Oh, you know what? Which one was actually pretty? What I keep hearing was pretty good. What's the name? The one with Bob Odenkirk.
who?
Oh, Nobody.
Yeah, Nobody. That's it.
I have yet to see that. I did hear it was
Oh, I
Better
did
Call
see that.
Saul?
Yeah.
I did see that,
Apparently it was
dude.
really good.
I disagree.
Oh, dang.
Discount
Oh, really?
discount John Wick. That's all it is. Exactly the same story.
Oh.
I was hearing that too, but apparently a lot of people were comparing it to that. But there was a lot of other elements that were pretty different.
If I
And
could
that
sum
he
up,
gets his ass kicked a lot more so.
he does.
And he seems more like a more of a normal dude going through normal scenarios, whereas John Wick was just like, I'm gonna, annihilate the hell out of everybody, and
No,
he does.
like nobody. He's a guy that has the John Wick abilities, but he like you see him taking the hits,
Yeah.
and you'll see the scars and the bruises and that kind of stuff. So if I had to describe what Nobody was, to me it's exactly John Wick meets The Equalizer. That's all it is.
Oh.
All it is.
Equalizer?
Okay.
Denzel
Yeah.
Washington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for our viewers, PT doesn't watch any movies with black people in it.
That's fair.
Didn't even know who M'Baku
Wait,
was.
what? He was like literally well, I guess he's one of the important characters in a very inferior movie, but yeah, that was basically it. You just okay, you're there, you did stuff. Yeah.
Man, and you know what? I don't know why this didn't even pop into my head, but yeah, the last good action movie I saw, Top Gun.
Oh,
Top Gun
yeah,
Maverick.
that's true.
100%.
I still don't get to see it, but I want to see it.
Oh, it's good. It was so good. I saw it in the VIP in the cinemas. It was 100% worth it. The sound, the quality, it's so weird because they're not fighting anybody. It's just them training, and you still get a rush out of it. Like, it's crazy. It's fucking nuts. Man. But
Did they still have the whole like beach volleyball like scene like they did in the other
oh
one?
hell yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Keep not.
it's in there.
The will they, won't they stares.
Man.
Oh my god.
But no, that scene is in there, and I thoroughly enjoyed Top Gun. To me, it's gonna be the best action movie I've seen since so far, which is not that long ago. I'm actually proud of that.
Oh.
Tom Cruise is like the last good action star, I think.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, people seem to love his Mission Impossible franchise. I don't necessarily get it, but I have to admit they have good scenes, and the fact that he does
some other stuff as well. Well, yeah, he does his own stunts.
What was it? Jack Preacher?
Oh my god.
what was it? What?
Jack Preacher?
No, it was Jack Reacher.
Jack
Reacher.
Reacher. Okay.
Oh yeah, Jack Reacher 1 was good. 2,
Eh,
I think that was another movie where I fell asleep in theaters. It's fucking boring.
I kind of disagree. I thought the first one was pretty generic.
Mhm.
It was just there was a lot of like there was a lot of random action, a lot of scenes where he seemed like he was way better than everybody else. But it wasn't like it wasn't John Wick's like esque where like at least John Wick you can kind of feel.
Sorry, go
He just felt I don't know. He just felt really full of himself, whereas John Wick just had this whole like aura of like he is gonna kick your ass, whereas Jack Reacher is like, yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass because I can kick your ass.
Yeah, I think we had this conversation after seeing it.
Yeah.
You're like, why did he seem too OP? It didn't seem like there was any villain who could even slightly do anything to him. So why are we even watching this?
To Jack Reacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time where he took damage
Like,
was
he
at the
didn't get
very last
touched.
scene.
Like I struggle to think of a moment he actually got hit.
He got shot in the last scene, I think.
He got shot? They allowed him to get shot?
I think he got shot in one of the last scenes.
It was written in Tom Cruise's contract. I can get shot one time.
It's like Will
Make
Smith.
it count.
In my career, it's like, man. Oh, Tom Cruise as Les Grossman in Tropic Thunder. Ooh.
Oh god, yeah, that was
wow. I didn't
was
even click
great.
until the end. I was like, no fucking way.
No, I knew immediately. He has this smug look on his face that you just know.
Smug?
He has a smug look on his face. You know, like every time he has that smile, it's just he looks like he doesn't really care that you exist. He just wants to smile. Like he's just like, fuck, I guess I could smile, you fucking parasite. Like he just has that smile where he just would rather not be doing it, but he knows he should be.
Hybrid and I had a conversation yesterday about our favorite actors being assholes, and I think Tom Cruise let him down.
Oh no, he's not my favorite actor.
Man. But
It's fucking Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is exactly how I think Tom Cruise is. He can't let me down because I already think he's a dick.
I don't think he's a dick. I just think Tom Cruise is the guy who's like
No, Scientology giant dick. I wonder if anyone will get offended by that.
The Scientologists are coming after you, man.
Oh no.
They're gonna come outside your house with their tiki torches. I'm coming for you. I'm trying to think of Tom Cruise movies besides Mission Impossible right now. Why is it not coming to me? Those Days of
Tomorrow.
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder. Was it Edge of Tomorrow? And I don't remember. What's that? Oh yeah, that was a pretty good one.
The vampire.
Wait.
It's a 90s movie.
Interview with the Vampire?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It was him and Brad Pitt and
Yeah, it was a really good movie to be fair.
Was it?
Or at the time. At the time it was I've been really disappointed by movies that I thought were good and then I rewatched it and then I was like, wow, this is a burning stuff. Ugh. Like
I might get some hate for this, but I tried to go back and watch movies like, Jim Carrey's The Mask and stuff. Oof, I can't.
Oh my god.
I can't. Ace Ventura, I can't.
Ace Ventura I can at least like get by. I don't know if I can go through The Mask. I want to watch it again because it's been way too long. But then I start remembering scenes, and I agree with you. It feels like it's a little dated.
You don't like that beat?
What?
That little beat? What was it? I don't even remember now. It's been so long since I've actually seen that movie.
Oh, where he's about to get Yeah, he does the whole samba, and he's about to get arrested and get.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know what I love though? It's like sometimes at the like when I met my wife, like she was not exposed. Well, not exposed. Like she didn't watch movies at all. She didn't watch anything, and a lot of what she focused on was like Quebec TV or media and that kind of stuff.
Those. No, every time I hear Quebec anything, I have pictures of those like giant googly eye little fuck thingies. I don't know what those are, but apparently they're super popular.
Giant googly eye things in Quebec.
Yeah.
But in
like,
no.
I don't want to.
All of a sudden, we're a politics channel. No, I'm just kidding.
He who shall remain nameless liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that person, so I know who it is. I know who you're talking about.
Shall not be named.
I'll
have to find out what it is. Because I'm
trying to think of what it is, but
googly eye things.
the fuck?
Keep going. I'm just gonna look it up.
Well, anyways, the point I'm trying to make is I'm in that I was in that period where I had to show my wife a bunch of movies, right? Like, oh, we're gonna watch Die Hard, or we're gonna watch
Oh, Tete Clack.
What?
Yeah, she said it. Ananas Bananas said Tete Clack. Is that it?
It was an internet web series. There was some good videos like back in the day when they first started. Now it's just it's been going on for way
Kijk
too long.
like, Willy Waller, the fucking potato peeler. Yeah, see? Willy Waller. See? Fucking
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
man. But yeah, I miss that phase of like, exposing like a whole bunch of movies that I had to rediscover with my wife. And sometimes I would come across like, oh yeah, we should watch this. I remember it was really great when I was young. When I put it on, I was like, oh, nah, we shouldn't do this. It's, like, it's not holding up anymore.
Oh, movies that do hold up well. Well, for me, RoboCop, because I love RoboCop regardless.
I don't think she'll like RoboCop. It's too bloody for her. Too
No,
gross.
that's why I love it. So, but no, outside of RoboCop, my first love. Terminator 2. Terminator 2 holds up.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
hardcore.
You know what I
Terminator
really
2
want to get
holds
my wife to watch, but she refuses to try and watch it? There's two movies. The live action Ninja Turtles from back in the day, 1 and 2.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I still like those
The
two.
fir-
those are so good. That and any of the Beverly Hills Cop movies. I won't say why she don't want to watch them because I'll get banned. What was the movie on the naval base? The murder, I think, the daughter of the general's daughter. Yeah, the daughter of the general. That's a John Travolta movie called The General's Daughter. John Travolta did 2 movies like that. I don't know why some actors do that, where they just make the same movies over and over. Like John Travolta made The General's Daughter, which is like he's a detective of some sorts for the military, and a person dies on a military base, and he has to investigate it. And then he went and he did Basic, which is exactly the same premise, exactly the same character. Yeah.
Well, that was the thing at the time too, right?
Yeah. Remember when what was it called? Olympus is Down came out, and then White House Down came out in the same month.
Oh yeah,
Or something like that.
yeah.
Man.
I can't remember if both of them were good or one of them was really good and the other one was like, why did they do this?
The one with Channing Tatum was more of a comedy, and the one with
yeah.
Gerard Butler was more action.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the more action one definitely made me roll my eyes a lot.
And that one became a franchise. I forgot. You have Olympus Has Fallen, and then you have Something Else Has Fallen, and then The Angel Has Fallen. And it just kept
Standards
going.
Have Fallen.
Standards Have Fallen. Yeah. It's funny what they'll just take and make a franchise out of it now, man. Fucking anything. Anything they can
wish
put
they
their
would
hands on.
I really wish they would take something good and make a franchise out of it. That'd be cool. I miss it being excited to see something.
Like,
It's been a little bit.
I'm entering a phase of my I don't know how to say this, like of movie consumption, where I'm no longer excited for like a specific story or a specific actor to show up. I'm excited when I see a good director is making a movie now. You know, like when I see Christopher Nolan's coming out with something, like boom, okay, I want to see that. What is it? I don't know, but he's making a movie. You know what I mean? And well, Steven Spielberg, I'd still be down to see his movies. I don't know what the fuck happened with West Side Story, but other than that, like I'm excited when I hear that he's making a movie. I heard Avatar 2 is doing quite well. It came out this week, right?
It's supposed to be. It's actually doing well because there was a lot of people who were really skeptical because it kind of dropped out of nowhere.
I'll be honest, I didn't care for the first one, so I really didn't care for the second one.
Oh, the first Avatar I thought was good, but when
I thought it was overhyped.
Well, it's overhyped because when you think about it, Avatar 1 is just like a fucking long version of Pocahontas. That's all it is.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like they were like preaching about how the CGI was supposed to be fantastic, and just watching it would blow your mind away and all that crap.
Oh, but that was
And
back
then
in the
I'm
day when you
watching
saw it
I'm
in
like,
theaters.
yeah.
You saw it in theaters with the glasses, and you had the whole effect, like thing. Like,
But then I was watching it, I'm like, the story kind of sucks.
oh, the story is meh.
This is a super boring fucking.
I mean,
movie.
when you have to
Wasn't
call the MacGuffin of the movie unobtainium, isn't that what it's called?
Unobtainium?
That's what it's called, no? Unobtainium.
Get your hands off this, Neum.
Anna's Bananas. Oh no, don't say that. I've seen it in 3D. It's fantastic. Oh god. You know, I'm so happy 3D died.
Me
From
too.
theaters.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated
Well,
that phase.
that was
As a
getting
guy
too
who wears
much.
glasses, it really sucks.
The glasses sucks. It gave you a headache. And every single Transformer movies only had 3D versions come out in theater. Every time I saw it in theater, I didn't understand the action. I didn't understand what I was looking at. I was like, this is great. Just machinery everywhere.
No, I really did like the 3D glasses, to be fair. If I had the option to not see it in 3D, I would.
Oh, I always look for options to not see a movie in 3D.
Mm.
I always preferred the non 3D option. I don't know why everyone jumped on that bandwagon and made everything 3D. It's like hey, Bridget Jones's Diary 3 in 3D. It's like fuck off.
The annoying part is that it was barely in 3D. Yeah, I agree that Avatar was different, but then ever since, everyone was just kind of hopping on that bandwagon, and it was very annoying. Even like
Jackass.
Jackass 3D. God.
Yeah.
But apparently, even the 3D in there wasn't that bad. It's just, I don't know. It
Yeah,
felt like
who doesn't want to
they did it
see?
just simply for the gimmick of it. I think.
Who doesn't want to see Johnny Knoxville's balls come at them in 3D? You know.
Oh, you got to see Johnny Knoxville's balls come in 3D. Like.
But no, but I think Avatar is what spawned it. No, they're the ones that like spawned the whole 3D thing.
I believe so.
And
I mean, it popularized, yeah.
And for that, fuck Avatar. But but I enjoyed the movie. Like I still thought it was okay. I don't know why it took him 10 years to make Avatar 2. I remember he said something. James Cameron said he wanted to develop some new technology to film the movie because it's The Way of the Water, I think is the name of the sequel.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Way of the Water or The Water People or something like that. James Cameron is big about, his deep sea diving and exploring the Titanic.
Oh, were they going to make the water 3D so you could pretend like you're drowning? So if you really hated the movie, you could just pretend like you're
when you go to the theater, it's just fucking James Cameron smacking you in the back of the head and waterboarding you. It's just like
I left with a new experience.
This is great. It's fantastic.
I really felt that.
It honestly sounds like the whole experience from the movie Abyss.
But
I didn't see that.
Now I have to look at that.
Oh, you didn't see? Apparently, there was a couple of what was it? A couple of the camera crew and actors who almost actually drowned on set.
Oh God!
Oh, is
It's
that
basically-
it's
it's-
80s movie?
Somewhere around, I believe so.
Oh,
It was either
80s or
80s
90s.
Yeah. It was with what's his face, Ed Harris, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
yeah. There was the movie itself was good, but like them producing and making the movie because they wanted to do everything underwater. Apparently, it was a nightmare to shoot. At one point, one guy almost drowned because he didn't realize his oxygen tank ran out of air. And he was like constantly signaling, "I need air, get me up," and they're like, "Okay."
Was that Ed Harris? Because I think that was one of his complaints.
Yeah, I think it might have been him. I don't know if it was him or somebody else, but there was just basically a lot of things that just went wrong with the whole production of the movie.
Oh
Shit.
shit!
But
Well, to be fair, it's to be expected. It was 89, right?
Yeah,
But The Abyss is one of those movies that are considered like a classic. It's one of those movies where everyone says you got to see it, right? And for me, that was one of the problems with Avatar, where everyone overhyped it. Everyone said you got to see it, you got to see it, you got to see it. When I saw it, I was like, it was good, but it didn't blow me away. And I'm worried because there's a lot of movies now that I didn't see. Like for instance, I didn't see The Abyss. I didn't see A Clockwork Orange. I didn't see what else? Requiem for a Dream. I didn't see that. Which I'm naming a bunch of fucked up movies right now. But
Requiem for a Dream was the one where like you had not multiple endings, but multiple people getting fucked in the endings. Like Jared Leto was in it, I think. Am I thinking about the right movie?
I know Jennifer Lawrence is in it. One of the Wayans brothers is in it. Is there one of the Wayans brothers in it?
Wait, what's it called? Requiem for a Dream?
Yeah.
2000.
Isn't Jim Carrey in there?
Oh
What?
no, it was.
Or no, I'm thinking of something else probably.
Okay, no, it was Jennifer Connelly. She was in it.
Yeah, Jennifer
She was
Connelly,
supposed to
Wayans
be, like, a
brothers.
drug
Yeah.
addict, and there was Jay Leno. He was not Leno. Anyways, he gets his I think his arm amputated.
Oh damn.
And then Marlon Wayans was in it, and I think he went to jail or something.
I don't know, but I didn't see it. But like a lot of people talk about these movies and say you got to see them. They're fantastic, and I just feel like I'm at a point right now where a lot of people overhyped it. I'm not gonna watch it. Like a lot of people told me for years, Breaking Bad, and I finally watched season 1. I'm like, eh.
You know what? I'm gonna be one of those bad guys that say Breaking Bad was just okay. Like I didn't think Breaking Bad was anything special. To be
PT's
fair.
heart
Like it had
looks
some really
broken
cool
right now.
moments. What?
PT's
No,
heart is broken.
I have to agree. It wasn't anything overly special. It was a fun little series, and there was a lot of funny moments.
Like,
Like, you know,
one of the funniest moments is where he caves the guy's face in with his fist, and he goes tight, 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 and shows his fist or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Like Tuco, he was hilarious. Like,
You
it
know
had
what's-
some really good scenes, but it's just as an overall show. Like, as an overall show, it was okay, but it was just okay. I wouldn't overhype it to say it was the best thing I've ever seen. It's no.
You know
it was,
what
it was
show?
okay with really good scenes in it, but it was just okay.
You know what show I've overhyped and I've told people they have to see it because it's fantastic. But if I'm being honest with myself, it's okay. It's not great.
Yeah.
Sopranos.
You know, I was literally thinking the same thing.
Sopranos it's okay. It's a good
It was
show
just
to watch.
okay.
It's fun. It's not mind blowing. It's not revolutionary. It's not going to give you any epiphanies. It's not going to make you realize anything. It's just
If I can,
I'm serious.
if I get away with that,
I still want to see it.
no. I think it's worth a watch. But
I'm a little surprised PT hasn't seen it actually.
I know.
PT hasn't seen The
Right,
Godfather.
right.
PT hasn't seen The
I-
Godfather.
I get so much grief about that.
You know what?
You have no idea.
I heard a lot because like I hung around a lot of Italians during my youth, right? Like
Mm.
Michael, Hector, all that crap. No, not all that crap. They're decent. They're good people. But anyways, they were just. I heard a lot of Italians just preaching about how The Godfather. You have to see The Godfather. The Godfather is great. So then one day I did see The Godfather, and I almost fell asleep until I decided to just get up from my computer and do anything else and stop watching the movie because it was so fucking boring.
Godfather 1, I like. I think it's a bit of it's too much of a slow burn at times,
Mhm.
and the story goes
Yeah.
in too many directions sometimes.
Agreed.
Godfather 2, I have to admit, I think that to me it's on the same level as like Shawshank Redemption and all that stuff.
Really?
To me,
Okay.
I like
What
it
about-
that much.
What about its what about its second half there? What was that movie? The Goodfellas.
Oh, Goodfellas,
Oh,
Goodfellas
Another
tops
movie
all
they
that
have
shit
to
to me,
be
man.
shot. Goodfellas.
Goodfellas beats the crap out of any Scorsese mafia movie. Beats the crap out of it. From The Departed
Goodfellas is
to
fine.
Goodfellas to Casino, A Bronx Tale, like any Scorsese mafia movie, man. I fucking love them. I think they're great. The only one I didn't watch from Scorsese and I haven't finished because I was kind of bored with it is Gangs of New York.
I recently
Oh, okay.
watched Gangs of New York actually.
Is it worth
Wait,
it? Should I
you
finish
did
it? Yeah, it's
I'm sorry, what?
Scorsese. Is it worth it? Should I finish it?
Yeah, I saw Gangs of New York recently. I
No.
thought it was just okay. I heard like a lot of hype behind it, but I thought it was just okay.
You're talking about the one with Daniel Day-Lewis and what's
And DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
Scorsese movie. And I think I have to admit though, like Scorsese's newest movie there, what's it called? Fuck,
Sorry, I just saw what Anna's Bananas wrote there.
what is she write?
She wrote that it's one of the movies she'll refuse to watch, but after she made you watch Sound of Music, she owes you one.
You know why she won't watch it?
Why?
Because she's one of those people that values animal lives more than humans, and
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
And there's
good
a
thing.
scene-
That's a good cause, yeah.
and
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
there's a scene in the movie that she refuses to see, and she won't watch the movie because it's in it. And we could skip right past it, but because it's in the movie, it's like no. She's like a Muslim. I don't eat pork. She's like, no, I won't watch that movie. Yeah, but that's it. She's talking about Bananas mentioned The Irishman from Scorsese. The Irishman was It was a new spin on mafia movies for Scorsese because whenever you watch the mafia movies, he always glorified being in gangs, right? Like from Casino to Goodfellas to everything. The Departed is when he started exploring like how it fucks with you and that kind of stuff. Because it was always it was glorified. It made it look fun, and you're watching the movie and you say to yourself, "Oh, you know what? I wouldn't make those mistakes. I'd just keep the fun going," you know. Whereas in The Departed, you saw no way for that angle. It just sucked for everybody, right? At some point, which is great. And then The Irishman, it was a little bit of that from The Departed, but it focused a lot on how you're alone when you're old and the gang doesn't give a shit about you anymore in the mafia or whatever. And it focused a lot on that. And it was a different take. It was too long, and their fucking de-aging process is it wasn't good. It was. I remember it was. Everyone said it was revolutionary and it looked great, and yeah, it looked great in screenshots. But when you saw it in motion, it was not great. Number one, and number two, it was ridiculous to see a young Robert De Niro, you know, like running around and punching a dude, but he's moving like an 80-year-old guy, but he looks young. You know, there's a scene where he's beating up a guy in the street and he's stepping on his arm, and you can tell like he's struggling to lift his foot and like drop it on the guy's arm. It's like, yeah, but you look like you're 30. Why are you struggling to do this right now? It's ridiculous. But yeah, Scorsese is one of those directors, like I said, like for what's his name, Christopher Nolan and whatnot. When he's coming out with a movie, I get pumped. I get excited for it. The Irishman kind of let me down, but it was alright. I heard he was making something else recently. Not sure what it is. Oh, whoops. Oh, fuck you, IMDb. The page is such shit now. It used to be good, now it's trash.
I feel like that way about a lot of movies.
Oh, what the fuck is it? Killers of the Flower Moon? An American Western crime film directed by Martin Scorsese. Oh shit, and it stars Leonardo DiCaprio. He fucking loves DiCaprio, doesn't he?
He does.
Damn. But yeah. So yeah, all that to say, PT's not in touch with his heritage.
Oh, well, how did this come back to me?
Well, we're talking about mob movies.
God damn it.
For shame. For shame.
I watched Scarface.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yo.
Goodfellas. Come on.
I'll never
Scarface?
forget.
Did you wait? Are you saying Scarface is like your heritage? Is that what you were implying, sir?
No, I just feel like
Scarface.
every single
Scarface. Are we aware that he's not Italian? Scarface.
He's part Colombian,
I
man.
know, but yeah, I don't know what it is. I feel like every single Italian, it's Godfather and Scarface are the two things that everyone has talked about. It's like, you watch the movie, and then I was like, oh,
Really? In Italian
I've never
circles?
seen more of an Italian movie ever. The most Italian movie ever. Scarface.
Wait,
really? Really, Scarface.
You're
the
trying
guy
to-
that's not Italian, Scarface.
You're telling me in Italian circles they really like Scarface?
some of them do, some of them don't. It's like a 50-50 thing. Like what's it? Christina's brother was huge into it. Now, not so much. One of her cousins was really huge into it. Some of my family was huge into it for a while, and then like I feel like it was like a phase.
That's
that everyone was
That's
in.
fucking weird. I feel like that's like going up to like a bunch of Indian people and asking them like, "What's your favorite movie?" And they go, "Ooh, Step Up." Like, huh? It's like,
Go stomp the yard. Stomp the yard.
Interesting people.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the good news is you guys have a movie to look forward to.
What movie is this?
Scarface 2. Mario.
Scarface 2. He's more Colombian.
Oh my god! Really?
The new Mario
Mario.
movie, man.
Woohoo!
Dude, you're Italian and you're a plumber.
I know.
Wow. Okay, stereotype.
It's racist.
He really played into it though. Like you can't deny it.
Wait, who? PT or?
PT.
Wow.
You embraced it.
Basically, I guess.
PT's just gonna smash a bunch of angel dust and start screaming "Wahoo!"
You know, I didn't know that about Mario. That whole mushroom thing is actually based around a real mushroom that's in Japan.
Really?
Yeah. So when there's a specific mushroom in Japan that when you consume it, it'll make you hallucinate that you're like either 10 times your size, and it's super trippy. It's like it's a drug that people apparently enjoy doing out there. Which means in all the Mario games, Mario's just getting stoned all the time.
Yeah, that's the general consensus. Yeah. It's like, hold
Oh
on,
my
you
God.
take this flower, and then all of a sudden you change colors and start shooting fire, and then you eat this mushroom and you turn bigger, and then you take this star ecstasy, and then you just keep going.
And you feel so good. All the colors.
Why is Mario humping that pipe? What the fuck?
My God, he's going in it. But man, but I have to admit, I'm pumped. I'm psyched to see that movie. I hope it does well. I don't think Nintendo will let people fuck up their property again.
No,
You know?
I don't think so. It's been a while.
It does look fan-fucking-tastic, though. And I appreciate the fact that it's actually solid all CG. Like, I've been craving a just CG movie for a while. So I'm glad that this is going to fill that. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
What was the last CG movie that was decent?
That wasn't Disney, or
Just CG?
Yeah.
That's a good fucking question, isn't it?
Yeah, because I can't think of anything. The last CG movie that I can that I can think of that was kind of fun was the what was it, the Ninja Turtles movie that they came out with like somewhere in the mid 2000s.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was that. There was Beowulf.
Oh yeah, that wasn't too bad.
I didn't see that.
And then there's like a bunch of Netflix stuff. Like there's a Resident Evil movie that's all CG.
Yeah, I remember seeing a couple of them. They were all right.
But the fact that Mario is like a big scale, like big known name, turn movie, all CG, no stupid, dumb looking Bowser, Sir King Koopa, and all that crap. Like it's faithful to how it actually looks in the games. It looks dope as hell. Like I appreciate the crap out of that. Like I hope it's a really good movie.
Yeah, I don't think Nintendo will let people fuck it up at all. You know?
No.
And that's what I'm psyched.
Yeah.
I'm psyched because Japan is kind of in control of it. It's not being made by Hollywood necessarily.
You have to say wahoo a lot.
It's like we need to put a rainbow in everything, and Japan's like, no.
Only road.
Only road.
Man. And I think we talked about this before too, but I really hope that Nintendo builds up to a fucking Smash Brothers movie.
I think that was the whole idea.
Oh, is it?
I remember, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty darn sure that's a lot of what they're trying to do with this.
What they're building,
build a whole Smash Bros. Universe.
What they're building up to is just like Sonic and Mario at the Olympics. That's okay, that's it.
You know,
that's all we get.
If the second movie ends up being a Donkey Kong movie, I'd be pretty okay with that.
I remember there used to be a Donkey Kong
Donkey
TV show.
Kong country movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be a Donkey Kong TV show on Teletoon and stuff like that, and it was alright. It was good.
It was just
a lot
alright.
of singing though.
Oh my god.
Huh?
There was a lot of singing and musical.
Yeah. A lot of singing and a lot of the same songs.
Yeah.
What
was that?
It was Bluster Kong, that like sleazy Kong.
Oh yeah.
He's all like cheap, and he
Yeah,
kept like Candy Kong. You go Candy.
Oh man. Oh yo, that means they could fucking build up to like a Mario Kart movie.
You mean outside of the fact that they did in the movie? Like you see,
Yeah, basically.
No. I mean like build up to like Oh no, what was I thinking? Like I was thinking more Diddy Kong Racing, but yeah.
Are you thinking maybe F-Zero?
No, but I completely forgot that Mario Kart is basically in the trailer.
Oh, I was saying that they maybe should put an F-Zero movie just to get Captain Falcon.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, I really hope Fox
He can
McCloud
tell
makes
everyone to show them his moves.
Show me your moves. And you're like, God damn it, Captain! I already showed you. Show me your moves.
Just to see it.
Fine. Yes.
Just to see it on the big screen. Just to see on the big screen what Falcon push. I just love to see that.
Oh, you have to put it in 3D. Get the stupid fucking glasses on.
And he punches the screen.
A good CG movie. Good CG. He just punches the screen.
You see, they even have pyrotechnics in the theater while that's happening.
I got you, bro. Flames coming. My child.
Oh man, you see, it sucks because I keep saying like I want people to make like independent movies, like standalone stories and that kind of stuff. But then I'm asking for another cinematic universe, you know, where I'm getting greedy as a consumer, man. I don't know what to say.
But you and billions of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I want the standalone movies. But when it comes to stuff like Mario, when it comes to video game movies or comic movies, yeah, go ahead, go nuts. You know, make your cinematic universes. You know, but I think we really need an influx of standalone movies again. There was a movie that I saw that
I like that actually.
There's a movie that I saw. It won the Oscar for Best Picture, and the Oscars mean shit to me now, by the way. It was called The Green Book.
Called what? What was it called?
The Green Book.
The Green Book.
It won Picture of the Year, and it was actually a standalone movie. I don't know if it was based off of like obviously it was probably based off a book or if it was like something popular before it, but it's a story of this I believe Italian man who was hired to drive around this black guy who's a jazz player, and it just so happens that black guy is also homosexual. I know what you're thinking. Sounds super woke. It's not at all.
Okay.
0% woke, honestly. And he's doing this during the 50s, I think, when, you know, segregation was still a thing. And they still, like, thread that line properly. They tell a good story. They don't focus on a certain aspect or certain agenda, you know? And, fuck, that's it. They took all that crap out. They just focused on telling one good story, and bang. Picture of the Year, and I agreed. It was a freaking good movie, man. Something I definitely recommend everyone to see. And I spoke to Hybrid about it yesterday. The Brendan Fraser's new movie, The Whale. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Picture of the Year, man, for sure.
Really?
I think it's gonna be that. I haven't seen it, but just from the trailer alone that came out yesterday, the trailer. Oh my god! There's a scene in the trailer that looks so fucking intense. You're like, okay, how can you tell me that this competes with Black Panther? You know, it's like.
I don't know. Black Panther might be woke.
Oh my god!
But yeah,
I actually don't know. I didn't see it.
You didn't see the first Black Panther?
No, the second one.
Oh, I didn't see the second one either. I don't really care about it, honestly. Like you said, there's fatigue, right? After Endgame, I stopped caring that a lot.
No, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Cause same. I did kind of want to see Thor just because you know Thor, but I heard it was not so great.
I heard it was meh. I heard it was in the middle.
It's basically Taika Waititi featuring Thor.
It's wait, what?
It's Taika Waititi featuring Thor. I mean,
featuring.
you know what's his character? The character that he plays as
Korg.
Korg, that's it. Yeah, apparently it's a lot of him being in there, and
okay.
Oh yeah, there's also Thor.
There is Thor. I forgot about him.
I don't know. Like I saw a picture of them showing you Thor in his fursuit from the first Thor movie, and then from the second one, and then his suit from Ragnarok, and then his suit from this Thor movie, and it's like a fucking neon blue, yellow, and pink and red suit. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Or like neon red, pink, blue.
I was like, what the fuck is this, man? Like what? I don't like. Is that like a a legacy suit or some shit?
I was hoping it would be cool because I was hoping it would be good because I thought what was his name? Gore, the villain.
Gore? Oh,
yeah, Gore, yeah,
the God Butcher. I thought he would be cool because like I saw the trailer and I was like, oh fuck, he seems kind of intense. I wonder if it's gonna be really good.
I actually read that the best thing about the movie is him.
Okay, that's cool. That's good. Actually, to be fair, that's good enough for me to actually see it. I'll just wait until Disney Plus.
Because they did that thing that I like a lot when they do with when they allow you to sympathize with the enemy, to understand their perspective and why they're doing what they're doing. And apparently they do that quite well with this character.
Hey man, all you need to tell me is that there's a villain and I'll sympathize. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it just so happens that the villain is what's his name, Christian Bale.
Josh is gonna watch only movies with a villain from now on. Doesn't matter what the premise is. It's like, Josh, don't worry. There's a villain in it. It'll be good. I'm sold.
Okay. I'm sympathized. I am now sympathizing super hard right now.
He murdered half the Earth.
Only half? Poor guy.
Poor guy. He couldn't do his whole plan to kill everyone. God.
What do you mean Thanos only snapped once? Oh man, I knew he wanted to snap twice. That really sucks, man. Sorry, Thanos. Oh man.
Well,
I feel like he tried to props him through the screen too.
You be walking in the theater, walking up to the screen, just trying to props his giant fist. I got you, bro. I understand what you're trying to do. Fuck this planet.
What's this? Sorry.
But villains always make more interesting characters. Let's be real. Like Batman is cool as fuck. If you actually like dive in, mostly the comics, but if you like dive into it, he's cool. But like his rogue gallery is pretty sick. Like Bane, his backstory, and like Scarecrow and how he does stuff, or the fact that Joker might not be the only Joker, and just all the stuff like his.
Didn't they have the whole comic series where there was 3 Jokers?
Yeah, and I think 2 of them got killed from what I last.
But
Yeah,
that's a common thing that everyone knows. Like like when you think of who has the best villains of all comics,
Yeah,
Marvel, DCU, whatever, everyone's like Batman. The man
absolutely.
has cracked
Second is
villains.
Spider-Man. But yeah, Batman.
yeah.
Yeah, Spider Man does have the second best villains, 100%.
Absolutely.
And man, there was Scarecrow. There was even like the ridiculous ones like Killer Croc and that kind of stuff. I enjoyed their backstories and whatnot. Mad Hatter. The Riddler. Come on, Nigma. How can you not
Riddler,
like
he's just
Nigma?
the guy who wanted to be a pretentious jackass. You know, what
Yeah.
kind of backstory is the best backstory? He's a douche.
He's cracked.
He's just a giant douche with a complex. Come on, man. Sick.
You mentioned earlier, but of course the Joker. Like to me,
Joker. Obviously the Joker, because, like, you know, at this point he's practically iconic, right?
yeah, he's the villain of villains, right?
Yeah.
So
He even pseudo showed up in the new Batman.
What?
what did he?
Yeah, because he was.
Oh, right. Yeah. At the
Oh
very end.
yeah.
Was it delete scenes or was he actually at the end? I
No,
didn't see
no,
the
yeah,
Batman.
it was after credit scene.
Okay, because yeah, I ended up actually looking up that scene and I was like, oh, that's cool.
I wish they didn't do that.
No, he looks like he'd be a pretty cool Joker, to be fair.
No, I agree. I just wish they don't. I hate it when they come up with a Batman movie and they start rushing Joker. You know?
I agree with that you shouldn't do that. I agree and disagree. I like the way they did it. Like, he's in jail and his role isn't huge, so his introduction is still kind of like, okay, we get that he's there, but I don't think I'm gonna actually see him in a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Like,
what's his,
it's more of like a little tease.
yeah, and what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix has a sequel of Joker coming out soon.
Really?
Yeah.
When he gets into jail?
He does. He breaks out of Arkham.
I'll be honest. How the I like him. I like the Joker and all, but like, he doesn't really strike me as the genius type to break out of anything. Considering he could barely do anything in the movie.
If I had
So
to
I'm
think,
a little unsure.
if I had to think of the way he would do it, I think it would be while he's in. Well, who does Joker bump into Arkham?
It could be just sort of how he starts developing a lot of those techniques too.
What if it's just like sympathizer breaks him out?
That could be that too.
That's what I'm saying. Who does Joker meet in prison in Arkham?
Yeah.
The doctor. What's her name? Harley.
Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he breaks her mind, and she sympathizes and breaks him out. No, for the first time, at least.
Yeah.
Like I could see that being a possibility, but I'm pretty sure I saw Joker 2. There was an update about it. Yeah, 2024 Joker Folie à deux.
But he had to.
Folie à deux.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it. It's pretty cool, actually. I really wish that they would use Joaquin Phoenix's Joker with Pattinson's Batman, because I like him. I really like Phoenix's Joker.
That is an interesting take.
You disagree?
I do disagree, because I don't want to say anything too outlandish on the internet, because my words might be a little different in real life.
Joker should be black. No.
Well, yeah, no, that goes without saying. Okay, actually, I know I could say he's clearly a dude with mental illness, right?
Yeah.
He kind of seems a little on the handicap side more than the criminal genius side.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm used to Joker's viciousness, and he kind of doesn't have it.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. He just strikes me as a guy who just had a bad hand in everything, and the movie should have just been one off.
Like
just ended.
You got a glimpse of his viciousness when he murdered the guy in his apartment. And then,
that's fair.
and then there was that whole shtick about the short guy who couldn't reach the lock to get out. I have to be honest. In that scene, I was genuinely wondering, shit, he's gonna kill this kid too? Little
Yeah.
person. Is he gonna kill him too? So like the fact that they put that doubt within me made me believe that the Joker was a threatening character. But is he threatening on the scale that we know the Joker to be? I don't think so. And I think that's what the movie was going for. They're trying to push that the idea of the Joker was dangerous, not the Joker himself.
Oh yeah, no, I understood that.
And that's what turned the world upside down. So,
Mm.
I think
Yeah,
what they're
people
going.
are off.
I can see them maybe at least trying to push him a bit more to be like lose his mind a bit more and actually be a little more vicious Joker that we all know him to be. Because I
Or
mean, he's got to start somewhere. What's
Mhm.
that?
he's just gonna be some crime lord.
Yeah, that's it. Like he's not gonna obviously start out the gate being like a massive crime lord and
You better not
like
be like that prick beret.
He's gonna be like the Joker in fucking Suicide Squad with his fucking gold teeth and his gold chains and his gang around him in a club and all that shit.
That is such a shame because I actually was looking forward to it. Because like off the trailer, I don't care that he has tattoos really, but like off the trailer, I'm like, whoa, okay, this is
Yeah.
kind of joke when he's like, I don't want to hurt you or I don't want to kill you, I just want to hurt you, like all that shit.
And then he was like
I was like,
really, really bad.
oh,
And then he has like these two things in your hand to shock your head.
yeah.
And I was like, ooh, that looks interesting. And then when we got
Like
the
at first
movie,
it was interesting, but then you see the actual movie and you're like, I feel like he's trying too hard now.
yeah, I feel like
Which is such a shame because in this
Yeah.
Snyder Cut, I thought the Snyder Cut did him some extra justice.
I didn't see that yet.
Okay, well you should see it. But like when he shows up in the Snyder Cut, I was like, okay, why wasn't this in the Suicide Squad to begin with? Why didn't you take this energy
Mhm.
and bring it into that instead of pissing me off?
Man, I truly don't understand what execs at studios do. Like honestly,
I think they look at the dollar signs and that they don't give a crap about anybody else.
yeah, but no, but that makes
I'm
no
fairly-
fucking sense. If you given
I'm
us a
fairly
proper
sure.
Joker, I would be like, yo, take the money here. You know?
I'm fairly sure they just like they go like make a movie based off this, and then everyone is like, "Are you sure?" Because that sounds like crap, and they're like, "No, it'll make us money." And then when they do the test screening, and people are like, "This is crap," they invite them one by one to their room, where then they'll then stomp on their nuts, and then demand that they like it, so the review will go out, and then the movie will come out, and then it's complete crap. But hey, they're still getting their money, right?
You know what
So,
though? I think you might be on the right track with that thought though. Like for instance, the execs they say, hey, make a movie about this. Like, are you sure? That sounds like garbage. Like, yeah, just make that movie, and then they make it, they screen it, and then what they do is they take the feedback from the people who screened the movie. It's like, what do you think? I don't know. I want to see at least one scene with the Joker. It was like, okay, put a scene with the Joker in there. You know,
just put
that's it. Just slap it in there. It's like that's
just put it in. I don't care who plays it. Just go ahead.
exactly. And I feel like that's what they did because it's fucking stupid, man. Like I don't know. James Gunn, I have confidence in him to take over the DCU, to do something proper with the universe. But he's starting off on the wrong foot by getting rid of Henry Cavill. I'm just saying.
I'm curious to know who they're gonna get as Superman, and they better not get the fucking TV show version.
Oh. Yeah.
Talking about the one from Supergirl.
Yes,
Yeah.
because like at some point, well, like the
Oh, I thought you
internet,
meant the
right?
one from Lois and Clark.
Oh no, they have to get him. Like out of shape Superman. Yes, go ahead.
He's retired Superman. Get it right.
But like, where was I going with this? Stupid. If they like, because like the internet, right? And when they first, what was his name, Ezra Miller? When they casted him as the Flash, people were saying, "Oh no, you should have gotten Justin Grant or whatever the fuck his name is, the guy who plays the Flash in the TV show."
Yeah.
And you have a lot of these tools who aren't really superhero fans, or if they are, they're casual superhero fans, and that's absolutely fine. But then they're like, okay, bring in these people from TV into these movies and then cast them as the heroes. And then, I don't know, someone like me sees that guy and you're like, really? That's the Flash you're going to go with on a movie scale? Like, I could understand a TV scale, but on a movie scale?
It like
And then that's my deepest fear, that they start bringing people from the TV show and then they put in the movie and then it has that CW corny bullshit feeling.
And you, but
But
you know
no,
what? That it would work with certain titles though. Like anything DC related, no, fuck that. You do not want anyone from the TV universe. But
No.
if you were to take John Barenthal from The Punisher and
Ooh.
stick him in the Marvel universe, fuck yeah.
You know, it
Yeah.
was ironic because like I was thinking that as I was saying, maybe not the Punisher, but like with Daredevil.
Yeah, also
Yeah.
equally, and he did show up in Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he did show up.
When I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, fuck, Matt Murdock, let's go!" You know.
That was a pretty cool scene, though. I did mark a bit for that.
Yeah, it made me excited. And then I guess,
like, oh, he's there. And then he manages to catch a thing, and Peter Parker looks at him and like, oh yeah, that's right. You know who caught that?
yeah, 100%. And but then I found out that it is a Matt Murdock in a Spider-Man movie, but it's Matt Murdock that gets banged by She-Hulk. So I'm like, oh, okay, so it's the other Matt Murdock. Gotcha.
What is with that? I didn't see She-Hulk yet, but I did see what he looks like. Is like purple and yellow, like his original costume, like the original costume.
I guess I didn't watch She-Hulk either.
I don't know, but why
I watched.
I get you're blind, but why yellow and purple?
Don't know. Wasn't the whole thing about him having the colors of his father's boxing uniform?
I think so.
His father was a fighter, and he died in the ring or some shit like that. Kingpin got him killed.
No, I know what you're talking about. It's just that detail eludes me a bit.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting detail, right? But like, yellow and purple. Yeah. Why not just like I was one of those people who had a little bit of a hard time going from the all black to the Daredevil suit, because like, or was I thinking about the Daredevil suit? Because I think they changed throughout the seasons, did it?
Not really. If they did change, I think the change was minute.
I'm gonna have to look it up, but like at some point, like I saw like I think it might have been Daredevil. It's just something about his helmet was like, you looked cooler when you were in black.
I think it was the horns. For me,
You're
a
lot more intimidating when you were in black.
I remember the Daredevil. I don't know. I think it was the horns. They were quite small.
Oh,
it made him look a little bizarre. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. When you look at him, he looks like Man Bat. For real, he looks like Man Bat in the costume. It looks kind of ridiculous.
Okay, I know. I fucked up. It's yellow and red. My bad. It still looks stupid, but why yellow? Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's,
yeah, but what is up with the Daredevil that we know on Netflix? Like, if you look at pictures of the costume, and you'll see like it really accentuates his nose. He looks like Man Bat. Like his nose is. That's fucked up.
I get you. Man Bat. It's Man Bat.
Yeah, no, but he looked much more badass in his black getup and his like. I think he wrapped his arms with like boxing wraps and whatnot, and it looked fucking sick.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was really boss.
Like I get why he did it. I get the direction and everything, but it was pretty fucking cool. Like it to me, it almost ruined it for me, just because like the costume was so cool, but he's gonna have a different one, but you don't really want to get rid of it because it's so cool, but he has another one.
Oh, and the Punisher's costume. Oh, God. I didn't care for the leather jacket. I think it was at the end of season 2 when he's in this like underground sewer or whatever, and there's this drug deal going down, and he's wearing like the full getup, like he has on the body armor with the skull and the leather jacket, and he flipped up his collar, and I was like, all right, I know what you're trying to do, but you don't have to go that far into it.
I did mark a little bit just because classic Punisher look, right?
Yeah. But do you know that scene when he takes out a bunch of people inside of his like compound? He just had on black t-shirt, black pants, Punisher body armor, and he was just going around doing his thing. I was like, oh yeah, that's Punisher right there.
It's basically Punisher, but without the jacket.
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, I just wish it looks stupid. Like, okay, I don't know why, but when I think of that scene, all I can think about is like how big the collar flip was. It looked like it looked like he was wearing Spawn's cape. It was stupid.
Jesus.
Man.
I still get to watch the second season.
That's good.
I think most of the final seasons, like I didn't even get around to watching. I didn't really watch Iron Fist, and
you're not missing out.
Yeah, I didn't watch Iron Fist at all.
Actually, no. Season 2 of Iron Fist was way better than the first one, though. To be fair.
Okay.
Did any of you guys watch Jessica Jones?
Yes. I regret seeing it.
Okay. Because I haven't really looked it up. I haven't looked into it, and I remember my wife watched it, and she enjoyed it a lot. And she was hoping to see that character show up in the MCU, but obviously that's not going to happen. But I have like Jessica Jones wasn't even on my radar. Like I have no feedback about it.
It was just okay.
It's
just okay. I didn't like how easily they killed off Purple Man. just because
Yeah.
she's immune. Sorry to ruin that for you, but
I don't even know what there's a character called Purple Man.
character called Purple Man.
Oh, wow.
Kilgrave. Kilgrave?
Yeah, I think it was his. Yeah, Kilgrave, but he was also known as the Purple Man. Or...
It was one of those irony things where his real name is cooler than his nickname.
Yeah.
What's your name? Kilgrave. We should call you Purple Man. But my name.
No.
Yeah, but you're purple. Throws juice on him.
Man, this entire talk was about comic books. Holy shit.
Well, that's
Pretty
why.
much.
Yeah, but think about it this way, right? You still have other genres of movies to talk about for future content.
Oh, absolutely.
You still didn't cover horror, sports, romance.
Oh,
we
man.
can save the romance for Valentine's Day.
Ooh. Have some sort of like slow music coming in.
Actually, next time we talk, I think it's gonna be Saturday. Yeah, I think I want to do Christmas movies.
Oh my god.
I'd be
I
down
don't
for
know a
that.
lot about
Christ.
them, but I'm sure I'll have something to say.
Die Hard.
Fuck you,
the
Die
best
Hard.
Christmas-
Die Hard is a Christmas
Nightmare
movie.
Before Christmas.
You know what?
There you go.
Bruce Willis went out on stage and said Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's like, guess what? You see now. You can't even act anymore. Like we know
You know what I'm talking
you have a disease that slows you down now. So that wasn't true. That statement was wrong.
Wait, what?
Apparently he has a neurological disease now.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why he
really?
hasn't been acting.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
Not just because every role he plays is practically the same thing, surly white guy, but still. Like, you ever notice that these actors always have a role? Like Will Smith playing Will Smith, starring as The Rock, playing The Rock, starring as Bruce Willis, old man, surly white guy.
Robert Downey
starring
Jr.,
as
Harrison
Keanu
Ford,
Reeves, kind of tense, starring as like
yeah. There's not that many versatile actors out there that can accomplish a lot of roles in one thing, and it's funny because like we talked about him yesterday, but to me, like Channing Tatum is one of those versatile actors. He pulled off
surprisingly versatile.
Yeah, he pulled off serious roles. He pulls off comedy. He pulls off romance. He pulls off. He did horror. No, he didn't. Sorry. I was thinking of what's his name, Chris Hemsworth there. But Chris Hemsworth, versatile actor also. Hugh Jackman, versatile actor. I
wouldn't say Chris Hemsworth is on the same level though.
Yeah,
good or bad?
More for the bad.
Really?
Yeah, I don't find him super great as an actor, to be fair. Like, he's okay, but he's passable. But he's not somebody that's just like.
I'm thinking of his recent hits, like stuff like Extraction and stuff on Netflix, and yet.
It's like, what I've never really fallen asleep during a movie, but I had definitely walked out of a movie once.
Whoa! I've never done that.
And that was a Chris Hemsworth movie.
Which was
Red Dawn.
Oh, really? I thought people liked that movie. I didn't see it.
I thought it was the biggest crap. If I could just gather all the horses in the world and make them take a shit at the same time, it still wouldn't stink as bad.
Wow.
It was just horse shit.
Was it his acting? Was it right? Or was it just everything?
It wasn't even him. It's just the movie as a whole sucked. It just sucked to me. I just hated it. I hated it. It was so boring, and it was dumb, and fuck Josh Peck, and all that stuff.
All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and stop this here right now. We're save that for next time.
Josh Peck.
PT keeps yawning on screen, so I don't want that showing up in the video too much.
It's because he started thinking about Red Dawn. Don't worry about
Mm-mm.
Red Dawn.
Fuck Red Dawn. It's crap. I hated that movie. I hated it. I don't care.
This much is clear.
I feel like there's some hate towards a movie.
I'm very passionate with my hatred towards a movie. I'm supposed to watch a movie because I want to be entertained or at least passively sedated while I do nothing. But I couldn't even do either. I had to be upset. Stupid job. And stupid bad acting in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, he killed a guy and it looked like he looked okay, when someone if someone dies at your hand, like you did something and someone dies, what is your first reaction? Usually like a regret, maybe remorse, maybe like a, oh fuck. This guy is like a mix between a burp, a slight cry, and bewilderment.
What?
Exactly. Try to figure out what emotion that was because I was a little confused when I saw it. I was like, what the hell is this emotion? And he just walks off screen. And I was like, why are you just walking off screen? What is this stupid face? I hate you, Josh Peck.
But you know what? I sympathize 100% with Hybrid right now because sometimes I'll watch a movie, I'm just supposed to turn off my brain and enjoy it, or whatever. I'm just not paying attention. It's on in the background. But it like if I notice something, like it will piss me off. I'll be like, why the fuck did you even bother to print this? You know what I mean? What the
Okay.
fuck?
Disclaimer, I don't hate Josh Peck. It's just in that movie I hate Josh Peck.
All right. I'm cutting it there. I will talk
Good
to you
night,
guys this Saturday.